What it do, Kripple Krew? EDC with DBD, disabled but deadly. Welcoming y'all to another Tactical Tuesday. Yes, like old school times, I am a couple of minutes late, and I do apologize. StreamYard was giving me fits for some reason, but we here now. I'm gonna kick it off at the top of the chat. Starting off with, I saw, that's weird. I saw earlier that Henry G, Marco, and Ground Fog were both in last night, and it's not showing for some reason. XCF, what it do? McRanger, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Dropping them badass emojis. We need some PDP action today. Evil homie might pop in. You never know what he's doing. Tegan, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Rolling. Marco, what it do, brother? I saw you was in last night. Is anything on time anymore? Nah, man. I'm behind. But after Blade Show West, Mrs. Deadly and I, we got the flu. We were both really out of it last week. Miss Deadly missed the whole week of work, and that don't happen. But we better now. So I have so much stuff to ship out of here now from giveaways, and I apologize for that. We are feeling better. It's all going out. Be shady. What's up, brethren? Just a quick tip. If there's anything if you're one of the recent giveaway winners, just hit me up on IG one more time. I have the stuff written down, but let's just connect again real quick. Mud, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Dropping them badass emojis. Like I know Chris Lopez. What's up, brother? How you doing? Good to see you, homie. No, I'm starting off Tactical Tuesday with the TRM Tuesday, Titanium Tuesday, whatever you wants to call it. I call it possibly the 2025 knife of the year. I don't know. Look at that. Sweet ass Lagatha emoji. Ooh, dropping all them badass emojis. Beaumont Livingston. What it do? How are you, homie? Thanks to my fine friend and Kripple Krew fam. You got Fukadoozle. I do has a buck 110. Shout out to Fukadoozle. Still rolling. Robert Willoughby, what it do? Good morning, homie. Yo, Jim Miller, member of Kripple Krew Inc. for 8 months. What it do, crew? Kripple Krew got the crud so lurking. I understand. Mrs. Deadly and I went through it, but I truly appreciate your support. Here is some Spidey acoustics. Woo-hoo! Almost got me playing around. I heard a noise outside and turned and dropped the knife almost on my thumb on a finger safe lock. I don't know how you do that, but there's your Spidey salute. I appreciate your support, my brother. Got 4 awesome fixed blades yesterday. Man, you've been getting some absolute insane stuff in. You're going to have to shoot me a pic on IG. You know it. Paul Mills, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's up, brother? How are you? We still rolling. Kathleen Smith. What's up, sis? How are you? I hope you're doing all right today. Hope you're having a great week so far. Still rolling. Still checking the messages. And I think we caught up. Also, shout out to everybody who watches the live on replay. I appreciate all the support. I really, really do. We got 2 new models. Just got back from an MRI. Ooh, I hope you're doing all right. Hope that everything looks good. Beaumont, where you live? What country are you from? Oh yeah, reach around like a mana. This is the new FerraMonster Xandros. They're stepping up their steel game finally. This is rocking that S90V. Wow, come on, focus. Maybe. Take my word for it. S90V. Italy. Oh, awesome. Thanks for joining in Italy, homie. What time is it right now? You've got a great reverse flick, a thumb flick that I do lock myself out of if I'm not on the pocket clip. But, I mean, yeah, if I'm not right on the pocket clip. But, man, that front flipper is money on the reach around. And I just said it, and I was doing it all day. There we go. And then, of course, with the thumb, the Xandros with the 3.23-inch S90V blade will drop on the 24th. I got to throw a little Band-Aid on real quick. That Spyderco did get me, and for being a dork and getting myself with a finger-safe lock, we will do a bright-ass Bucky's bandage. But starting tomorrow, FerraMonster will have a Halloween sale. And through Halloween, there will be a site-wide 15% discount. Plus, code DBD stacks to get you that Henry G to get you that 25% discount. So let me pop up the website real quick. Whoop. I don't want Ferrari.com. Here we go. Let's share right quick. So these 2 new models drop on the just shop all. Drop on the 24th, but the sale starts tomorrow. All of these will be 25% off with code DBD starting tomorrow. So you're going to get the best prices that they do, period. Like, what are you going to save? Let's see, 10 will be 12, 24, $30. Dropping this down well under $100. The new models. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, they got them on the second page. The new models, the Xandros, $239. So typically, code DBD, this will be like a $215 knife. But what? 25 quarter 40 is 10. What's that? $35 off, dropping that right down to about $200, and putting the Kroma with LMAX well under $200 with that 25% discount. And these drop on the 24th. You got to use code DBD to stack it to get that discount, though. Meal to the Mac, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's up, brethren? How are you? I appreciate that, B Shady. We're going to check out those pics in just a second, Chris. All right, Gibbon. No, I say that. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see you, MG. Glad everybody's popping in here. Don't forget to stab that like button, if you wouldn't mind. Wow. Let's look at those. Let's blow your mind with some Chris Lopez picks. Thank you, Jim. I see. I'm not gonna put that on screen. I'm gonna actually make sure I cover that. But I appreciate you sending that, Jim. I've got you. All right. Here's two of the fixies. Oh, I love this wicked copper my. That blade is dope. Get those scales with the matching beads. And then, let me shrink that. I'm being careful in the way I'm showing these images at the moment. All right. And then Chef Rocky C, what it do? Check out this stack of custom handmade fixed blades. All made in the USA. Look at that hollow, got a compound grind. That's just such a cool looking blade. Then we got the BP Customs. Oh, I love both of those. And then the Jurassic. Look at that. I love that blade. These are some bomb fixies, brethren. Might be a couple of dollars in that picture. Couple of dollars. If anybody wants to share their carry with the Kripple Krew, Matt Mara, what's up? Thanks for popping in, Tegan. Have a killer day of work. Try not to tell the boss to blow himself. That normally doesn't go well. Yes, Derby City Blades was one of those, wasn't it? And then, that's right, Gentry Customs. That's duh. I knew that because he showed me when it was working. I don't know if I mean, they're all sexy, but I don't know which one I like better, the green BP or the Gentry. Like the BP is my style, but that Gentry, it just makes me want it. Carrying the Kaiser Amicus, yeah. Ooh, AD20S. That's the Big Boy Slim USA made and a bug out today. 2 Derbies, 2 BP, and a Gentry. Baller. Straight baller. How many? Your first win? Did you have more than one? What did you win, homie? Pardon me. That is freaking awesome. Trying to get that. Does that alignment look all right? So, company that's new to me, but they've been around for a couple of years. Jerry Hossam, Damascus, Sonoran, Dog Tag. Do you have a picture of it that you can send to us on IG? Jason Beecher, remember Kripple Krew Inc? What it do? So, Critical Strike. Which one do I want to start with? They've been around for a couple of years, I guess. And they're trying to they are trying to really hit that budget mark. This one is textured micarta with a taco style integral. Nice action on that crossbar. Stay out of his bed, Wiggles. You can go to your bed or you can stay. You're a good girl. Nice action on that crossbar. We've got, is that a slight hollow? It might be a flat. It feels like a slight hollow. I need a card. Let me shine it up to the light. Okay, no, it is flat. It is flat. But VG10 blades. And the most expensive of the three models I'm going to show you is $34. Roger that, Neil Mac. Ooh, you know I love that old Tom. One of Winter Blade severed from Knife Rights. Whoa! Carrying the, that's an awesome win. Carrying the Tempest Jet Stream, a Microjet, and a Dust Devil. Yay, yay, yay. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, we've got Micarta, Taco Integral, VG10 Blade. And like I said, the most, I think this one is $30. Let me get the website pulled up. No, that was not, that one is $28.90 for VG10. So they're the most expensive of the models that I have right now is the Zulu, which I'm about to show you. This one is $34. Ron Crow, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Not feeling very well, so I can't tag my chat. He's not gonna be hitting everybody up, but you know Ron Crow loves everybody. Man, that crud really is going around. I'm so glad Mrs. Deadly and I are feeling better, and I hope you get to feeling better soon, man, because it is nasty. Mainly off grid. What's going on, homie? How are you? Seeing if I missed anybody. Yeah. Two more crazy ones in the work. Yavis, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on, homie? How are you? Good to see you. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, brother. What's good, people? Taking a break from some home projects. Hell yeah. Have a great day, Neil. Appreciate you popping in. Talk to you soon. B Shady's at work with the Orlock, such a killer knife. Micro Burst, great knife. And a Dust Devil, too. Woo woo. You know, his pockets is also fat stacked with all kinds of stuff, but he's working right now. So, I mean, he can't take the half hour it takes to list the B Shady stacked ass pockets. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean. So, this is the Critical Strike Zulu. And you're looking at, let's compare it to, where is my spine? Let's compare it to a Parrot 2. Little shorter overall length than a Parrot 2. And I've got a full 4-finger grip behind that flipper tab with great jimping, a huge choil, and more jimping. I mean, look at all that handle. VG10, $34, button actuated liner lock. Button liner, VG10, contoured G10, inset skeleton, a little bit of weight relieving, inset liners, completely inset liners, and button liner lock. Big ass thumb studs, blade hole, nice ting. Sometimes. And just very, very comfortable. $34. No Kershaw's on the table right now, homie. Yeah, I know. You ain't got the time for all damn pockets. Mud keeps dropping the Lagatha emoji, so she might as well come off my belt and say hello to the Kripple Krew. She was living on the belt. This is my girl. She does so much of my cutting. She is always with me. Shout out to Aries EDC. Oh, can't wait till I have the funds. I'm gonna 2026. We're gonna when books is open later, we're gonna be working on a Bloomcliff. 2026 is the year of the Bloomcliff. Let me put that. No, why don't we leave Lagatha out to say hi? She might as well chill, right? Put the TRMs together for the moment. But Juggalo, homies. Talk about homies. Agreed. Want to get on that list again, but need to do some sketching. Yeah, these are not bad for 34 bucks. VG10. There's that ting. Ah, great ergos. Like they really hit everything on this, except they did put the logo on the pocket clip, but the way they do it, it's much better than putting their name on the pocket clip. I'm not a big fan of the name on the blade, but I can deal with it. For a contoured G10 inset button liner lock VG10 for 34 bucks. Heard I'm getting 2 Bloomcliffs. I need at least one. And then Mrs. Deadly's probably going to want one. I'm going to give me one that's all pimped out, and she's going to want one that's purple. Just watch. I know it. She's going to want like a purple Kieranite or a purple carbon fiber to go with her tall boy and such. Tactical tomahawk hatchet things in old Tom. Yeah. I'm actually really freaking digging the idea now of doing his and her. Yo, March is our 25th anniversary. We're going to have to talk, Scott. We're going to have to talk. March is our 25th anniversary. And matching Bloomcliffs, well, his and her Bloomcliffs, could be pretty damn dope. Yeah, no pressure. Pardon me. Still clearing out the lungs and sinuses, so my bad if I cough. And the other model that I got from Critical Strike. So, I showed you guys the $28 VG10 integral in my Carta. Here it is in bright ass yellow G10. 28 bucks VG10. Look at that chamfered and milled G10. We've got the taco integral. Action's good. Both of these are centered, which is more than I can say for mostly centered. On this one, almost centered, which is more than closer than my bug out was. Probably just needs a little tightening on the pivot. Oh, it's a flat. Check it out. It's a flathead pivot. That's a trip. I didn't notice that before. But $28 VG10. We're going to check out how sharp they are in a moment. Okay, whose hatchets? Because now I want to see them. While we're talking about it, I'm going to pull up and see if anybody else... Nope. Okay, cool. The other model, some of these don't have names. I'm going to pull up their website for y'all in a sec. Aye. So the crossbar was the X504. This is the X503. I like that the big one has the name Zulu. But this one gives us kind of it's a drop foot, cheap point blade. I'd call it like a drop foot with crossbar. We have G10 regular liners, full steel liners that no weight relief, but we do have G10 backspacer with a lanyard pass through. Comfortable 4-finger purchase. And then you've got another generous choil that allows you to choke up on that blade. Knife is centered. Reverse flick. Whoop. Thumb flick. Thumb flick works better higher on it for me. Reverse flick works better lower. Or actually reverse flick anywhere. But pretty darn good ergos. $29. I'll share the page in Derby City Blades hatchets. Okay, I'm going to pull those up in a moment. I want to see some. Does he have them on IG or on his website? Where should I look? This one, I would say, even though I like the blade shape, I think I like the others. The action on this one, these are brand new. Is this running on washers? Pull my light out of my pocket. Instagram. Okay, I'll check it out. We'll check it out here together in a sec. No, this is running on bearings. Just breaking in. I just pulled these out the box to show y'all. Oh, there we go. I did, these are new from China. So I did have to wipe a crap ton of oil off of them. But the X504, I really do like, especially in micarta. This reminds me of an SRM or a real steel, but for $28 with VG10. You have a Spyderco tactical tomahawk, but still kind of want to work on my Ultim set. Yeah. I definitely understand that. Oof. The Zulu with the contour G10, inset liners, button liner lock, and phenomenal action for $34, I think is the best buy from them. I don't have an affiliate code or anything. They just sent me some knives. I'm going to be reviewing them. I'm going to be giving some away. Yes, I want that as well. The fixed Warncliffe on the top. No Sam. Hey, where you joining us from? No Sam? Boy, she dirty too. Look at her. She gets used a lot. This is the prettiest shield maiden who ever was, aka Lagatha, aka this is an Aries EDC custom spike. Aries is in the chat right now. He's a custom knife maker that does phenomenal work, who also has his first production collab out. And that should have been right effing here, because I just had it out. Where did I put my bloom? Yo, It should be in my Ultimate set. All right, I'll find it in a minute. I have it right here somewhere because I just showed it with directly next to my left hand. He also has his first production collab out with Kubey, and that is the Aries EDC and Kubey Bloom. I love this knife. This is a phenomenal value, but I agree, no, Sam. You're coming at us from Ohio? Hell yeah. Aries EDC right there, my brother. He's in Florida. I am absolutely horny for my warnies. This one is in AEBL steel and rocking. Let me wipe her off a little, at least, and rocking some beautiful burlap micarta with brass pins and a custom Aries EDC bead with carbon fiber and glow in the dark, glow carbon fiber, glow in the dark in between. And this is bright, but you don't often see it because this is always on my belt in the appendix position so that the handle is directly in front of my belt buckle. And that's just where Lagatha rides. Anywhere I go, you can't see her no matter what I'm wearing. She goes with me everywhere. Yeah, unless that, yeah, definitely subscribe to my boy Aries. Check him out on Instagram too. He has hell over 40 patterns now that he's made, and does beautiful work. He has a system, and you can check this out on his. There's a whole playlist that talks about this, how to get knives from him on his YouTube. But he has a system of every other month. So 1 month he'll do a drop of like half a dozen of, roughly of one pattern. They'll all be different. Typically, they're half high carbon steel, half stainless, and they there will be 6 variants. When those go live, they sell out within a few minutes because there's only, each one of them is a one of one custom technically. So everybody's on the one that they want. Those they sell quickly. That's 1 month. And then the next month he does a books. So he'll open his books, and then the month after the drop month is a books month, and he'll have half a dozen, maybe more, depending on his time, custom orders that he does for that month. Then the following month you get another drop. This month, later in the month, you're getting 6 thorns. They're going to be some bright glow thorns. Matter of fact, we're going to show a few of them real quick from his Instagram. Aries EDC makes some of my favorite knives. I love his fixies. Check these out. This is some of the October drop right here. Look at these thorns. These are glow in the dark. Boom! Look at that beautiful blade. The thorn's like a 3-finger plus the lanyard. Great size. Look at that. We've got yellow. We've got green. And there will be probably 3 more thorns. But this is a knife that he made. This gargoyle with a poon was a custom. This was a books order. And look at this beautiful. Oh my. It still gives me a pants tint, brother. Every time that comes out with that beautiful poonage and that sexy, almost ultim looking. Is that Rafir? Can't remember. But yeah, absolutely love that. Here's another look at those, at the thorns that will be this month's drop. Like I said, these will sell within minutes. when they drop this month. These are all ADCrV2, so these are high carbon tool steels. But let's look at a couple other designs real quick. There's a Cardinal XL, such a beautiful knife. This is a Bloom Poon. Here's a regular Bloom. No, that is not. That's a Bud. That's a chunky boy. Look at that. That look familiar? Yeah, that's Lagatha in a hot air balloon. Lagatha was flying. My shield maiden was a Valkyrie. Woo! We were at like 2,500 feet. I was so glad I didn't drop her. But here's one of my favorite of his new designs. Check it out. You said you like Warnies? Look at the micro. These are sick. I love the micro. So there's a look at my boy Aries. That's just a few of the beautiful knives my boy Aries has made. But I wanted to share that with you. You said you like Warnies. Talk to my boy Aries. MPG. She's driving so she can't say hi, but she is a member of Kripple Krew Inc. for 3 months. You know what? Which one did I get when I was right near her? Let's see. The one I'm gonna give her a hamster salute because I just love flicking out the hamster. So here's your hamster acoustics. Yay. I appreciate the support, MPG. Much love. By the way, her banana nut bread lives up to the hype, I got to say. The banana nut bread got Mrs. Dudley and I home from Salt Lake City. Wyoming Adventures, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on, Sheila? How are you today? Oh, so there's going to be 3 in ADCrV2 that all have turbo glow colors, and then 4 in AEBL with different camo carbons. What a drop. Damn, homie. This is going to be sexy. Do you have any pictures of the AEBLs yet, or are they at heat treat still? Well, roger that. Much love, brother. Glad to be home. Where was you, Sheila? Did I miss something? You weren't like in a hospital or anything, right? Man, 4 thorns in AEBL and camo carbon. That's going to be sick. Those are going to go so fast this month. Everybody dropping in the chat. What's in the pockets? I got to know, what are you carrying today? The Kripple Krew always has the best knives. By the way, this thing just seems to live in my back pocket now. I know I got Lagatha on my belt, but this seems to be living in my back pocket. Oh, heck, I missed Lone Star Dowboy. What's up, homie? Carry the day, Cold Seal Tonto Light, and a CJRB Pyrite Drop Point. Checking in all the way from Turkey. Scrolling, making sure I didn't miss. Somebody says hello to Master Sergeant. What's up, Master Sergeant? B-N-A. Member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my brother? He is driving, so he can't tag everybody. But you know he loves you. Master Sergeant says those who know carry Spyderco. What's in the pocket, Master Sergeants? What you got carrying the Civivi blue tick today is Sheila. Brand New American's got the S90V Para 3 with the raw aluminum AWT scales. Para 3 lightweight salt. Aye. Carrying the Kaiser XL original with carbon fiber and the Remet knife that he sent me and reviewing a little bit later. Yo, very cool, very cool. Perfecting some useless inventions, universal wave opener for bally songs, surefire center method for fixed blades, and a pocket clip for machetes. Have a Sage 6 S90V. Did my shit freeze? I said, huh? Yeah. That Sage 6 and S90V, that's definitely one of the top Spideys on my list of I needs to get. You know what I'm saying? Always need more Spideys, but that's one of the ones near the top. I keep killing the duck. Little glow ducky. Got to put him out in case Lou pops in. You know, we don't want Lou crapping his britches because the duck ain't out. Still can't wait to get my Stiffy P. She got that Conwoo Stiffy coming, that fixed blade. Yay. Sage 6 blade of the year. See, I don't know. I can't say it is, homie. The duck has been around for quite a long time. Homie, Fidget Duck EDC from Canada, when he first 3D printed my first Kripple Krew DBD badges, he sent some glow ducks. And there's always been a little glow duck out for the live streams. Sage 6 is your knife of the year. I hear you. I need to check one out. Right now, my American knife of the year is the Bulldog Rev B. It's one that I've been unable to stop carrying. And it's just, I liked the original Bulldog. It was a good knife. I didn't like it as much as the Phantom. I love the Rev B. Absolutely love the Rev B. I have not reviewed a Sage 6, so I can't compare them. But I know B&A, that's been his top for a while. By the way, I got to do a little something real quick. And let me check something real quick. So, this is kind of crazy. You want the Sage 6 pad? Was thinking about just getting the S30V. You know Spyderco's S30V is going to be gravy. You know they do it so well that I'm sure it's a perfect knife. You know, the S90V, of course, is tempting, but Spyderco ain't missing with the S30. Yeah, a Smock is one that I need for sure. Yeah, the Rev B is amazing. And the way that they stepped up their milling game, like even over their already and crazy impressive milling, this is just phenomenal. It's that good. But I want to say, starting tomorrow, site-wide, FerraMonster knives will be 15% off. And then code DBD will give you an extra 10%. So you'll be 25% off. What does that mean? That means the S90V Xandros with the beautiful, oh, come on, Oh, I had my finger on the lock bar. The beautiful my reach around. I just did it earlier, and then those brand new critical strike knives covered in grease got me a little slick. But it has a perfect reach around. Perfect reach around for 180 bucks. S90V titanium. I got a beard hair in my band-aid. Titanium pocket clip. Titanium mid-length back spacer. And this will be $179 with code DBD starting on the 24th. That's when these new knives drop. The Kroma and LMAX with the beautiful milled titanium scales, titanium back spacer, and pocket clip. Full T8 hardware on the FerraMonster knives. This is going to be $164 for milled tie and LMAX. 25% off with code DBD. Yeah, the Kroma right here. LMAX. FerraMonster's quality. Whoop. FerraMonster action. They've been around for almost 25 years, just 2.5 as their own knife brand. But 165 bucks for, I keep putting my finger on the log bar, for LMAX and milled tie. That's crazy. Yeah, and only 180 bucks, Sheila. You know, normally FerraMonster does right at or above 8 inches. A lot of their knives are right about that 8 or over mark. So this is coming in at just under 7.5 with a 3.23 inch blade of S90V. 180 bucks starting on the 24th with code DBD. This guy comes in just under 7 inches. This is 6.85 inches with a 2.95 inch LMAX blade. So made to be either like a smaller carry or a tweener or an office, a gents carry, a day knife. I can get a full 4-finger grip and it stays below 3 inches for certain states' carry laws. LMAX and milled tie, 165 bucks. Stupid deals. Bladed Ginger, what's up? Bladed Ginger is the designer of another one of my 2025 Knife of the Year candidates. Yeah, I'm wiping my fingerprints off of it because I carried it all through blade. And this is the Defcon Cardington, designed by our homeboy, Bladed Ginger. Woof. Titanium, M390. We have the leverage lock, pivot actuated liner lock. Perfect detent for all methods of deployment. Awesome ergos. Beautiful compound grind with that hollow. And then the flat giving us some strength right there at that pokey tip. The Defcon Cardington is absolutely one of my Knife of the Year candidates, and a fantastic design by our boy, Bladed Ginger. Love this knife, homie. Got to get back to the VA patients. Thank you for checking in, Master Sergeant. Much appreciated. Hope you have a killer day, huh? Safe drops hydraulic with the second ball in. Sage 6 has the same. Oh yeah, because it's the same lock as the smock. I didn't think about that. Urban Woodsman, what it do, my man? How you doing? Yeah, killer deals, right? Killer deals. Yeah, the acoustics on this are just nutty. That's why this is one of my favorite ones for the acoustic salutes. What it do? Trio 4, what it do? Good to see you, homie. Don't forget, folks, if you haven't, you can double tap the screen or stab that like button. Lets everybody know we're alive. Buckeye Guy Knives, have you tried the truffles? Okay, I have tried the truffles. I gotta say, I think this, and I had both versions of the truffles come through at the same time, which is a beautiful knife. Don't get me wrong. I liked the truffles a lot, but the action on this is like perfect, Buckeye. Yeah, all day. This is tuned to perfection. The tension feels exactly right on the button. Exactly right. The lockup, rock freaking solid, which the truffles was too. I'm not throwing shade at the truffles at all. Big fan of the truffles. But the ergos on the Cardington are just better. They're phenomenal. He's got that continuous curve that just works perfectly with your hand. The action, I gotta say, the detent just feels snappier. Carrying a pivot lock today too, the Vosteed Ankelo. Yeah, that's a great one, dude. I have the first one, the first of the Vanker locks I checked out is in for review. And that is the Corgi V. Let me pull it out. I have the Corgi V here with the Vanker lock from Vosteed. And I love the lighter style rear flipper. Front flipper is great on this thing. But this does not have nearly the detent or as solid of an action as this does. The action, the detent on this is just better. This feels softer. I'm not throwing shade at this. This is a good design. I'm not knocking it. But just overall feel, I like the snappiness of the leverage lock on the Defcon Cardington. Yeah, it feels great. This is my first time checking out the Vankers. I've checked out most like this was the last Vosteed lock that I hadn't checked out. And this is phenomenal. I'm a big fan. But at the Ankilo, I like the design of even more, and I know it'd be even more comfortable in hand. So I want to get an Ankilo now that I have checked this out. But and I checked out the Ankilo at Blade Show West. I did like it a lot. I like it better than the Corgi. That's just the Corgi V is a nice knife. Best edition of the Corgi, except for the County Comp version. But for pivot locks that I have felt, this feels the best. Now I've only felt one remet, and I don't remember which one it was. but I've handled Romette's pivot lock. I've handled Truffles pivot lock. I've handled the Vanker lock. There's one more. I'm trying to remember whose it was. This is the best action of all of them. Kane Miranda. What's going on, homie? Good to see you. Still have to wash up, so he might not be able to tag everybody, but what it do? You know, I don't. I have one. I have a gas station, like, cheap ass butterfly knife somewhere. I have no clue where it is. It's been missing for a while. It's in a box somewhere with the nerve damage in my hands and the arthritis in my hands. I just don't think butterfly knives and I would get along too well anymore. I mean, I drop stuff enough without trying to flip it. Now, I will say, from Vosteed, I highly prefer where, right here. My favorite lock system from Vosteed is the top liner lock. And these are my two favorite versions of the top liner lock. Oh, if you meant, did I pay the butterfly tax? I have one Benchmade that I get. I only have one in the collection because I'm not a big fan of Benchmade, but I love them. I love the mini grip. But if you mean Balisong, nah, I'm not a flipper. I was when I was younger. I could flip and do some tricks, but it'd go into my foot or my thigh or something if I tried to mess with that crap nowadays. So, live and learn, then get loves. Who remembers that ad? Oh, this is Mrs. Deadly's hedgehog. I was going to buy this hedgehog at Blade to go with my psyop. But when Mrs. Deadly was checking it out, this was the first knife to bite Mrs. Deadly. She had to get a Band-Aid on at the Vosteed booth, and she finally understood the struggle of playing with knives. So as the first knife to bite Mrs. Deadly, this is her hedgehog. This is Shadow, the evil hedgehog. Yeah, you remember that ad? Hell yeah. And commercials today suck so badly. I hate them. But my favorite lock from Vosteed is the top liner. Oh, the psyop is just phenomenal. And I love this chunky boy. And now I got to get me one, since this is Mrs. Deadly's. I still need one. I wanted the black, but I want to match her, so I got to figure something out now. I can't get another one in Trader because this is the one that bid her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the top liner. Oh, the action is better than the Vanker locks. And I trust this locking system more. It's so solid. It's a button actuated compression lock and everything but name. So we know it's gravy. And fewer moving parts, Yeah, I saw yesterday on whose channel? Jim's? He's British. He does a lot with Victorinox. He showed him yesterday. He had the one to the single with the Recon 1 with the one blade only. He had the, oh, what did they call this? Not Recon, but yeah, whatever they call it. He had all three styles. The one level, the two level, and then the the two level plus scissors. They did look really good. They're at that medium range, that 93 millimeter range with the A-locks. Yeah, they were pretty good looking. It's not my style, but I think they'll do well for Victorinox. If I was to get a Victorinox, what I would want to do is I would want to get one of Fit to Survive's custom Victorinoxes. If you haven't ever watched Fit to Survive on YouTube, you should check him out. He makes custom Victorinoxes for people, and his work is just phenomenal. One of my favorite things that he does is he'll take a Spyderco Warney blade with the Spidey hole, and he'll put that into to replace the blade of a and make it locking in a custom Swiss Army knife. And his Spidey blades on him, I especially when he does the Warnies, really get me. I'm gonna pull up his channel. Hey, have a great one, brother. I will talk to you soon, Mud. What's up, Kelly? How you doing today, sis? It's good to see you. I am going to find Fit to Survive right quick. I should have that open as well, but let's do this. Click. Click. Pull it up. Fit to Survive. All right, I'm just going to show his channel right quick, folks. Hold on a second, dogs. I'll let you out in a sec. So he does all kinds of crazy things. Like he's made some custom crossbows in functioning Victorinox, or sack mods. That's one of my favorite videos. But check this one out: a double Dragonox, 2 Spyderco blades. Most of the Dragonoxes only have a single Spidey blade, but I wonder if that has the drop point and the Warney. I'm going to mute this just so I don't get in trouble. I don't know if you guys can hear it anyway. Serrated. And nice. And those aren't locking. Those he's got on the slip joint. Let's go back. But he also does them where they lock. No. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's look at this. Like, look at that. He'll do custom scales. He has his toolbox for what he can put into the sacks is nuts. And he has done some really, I keep clicking it without meaning to, done some really beautiful scales with clip mods. Why did my computer just freeze? Stop sharing. All right. But he makes some sick knives. That's all I'm saying. I really do need to get with Original Goat and get a discount code. I should. I'll hit it. I should make a note of that, actually. Where did my notepads go? Man, we tore up. So, right before Blade Show West, we ended up selling one of the Harleys. And the day we were taking off to take the Harley to the dealership, we realized that the title wasn't where all the other titles were, and we tore the house apart. including the office, and all my notes disappeared. But you know what? I'm gonna make that note right here. Hit up OG for code. Good call, Mick. I'll hit them up. We ended up finding out a couple hours later, after completely destroying the house looking for the title, that our local register can now print certain titles, quick print. And they printed one after we destroyed our house, and we sold the trailer, went to Blade Show, came back sick as heck, and now catching up on everything. Shipments going out today and tomorrow, and I gotta start. I'll reach out to Original Goat for a code. I gotta hit up. Oh, that reminds me, Kubey, talking to them at the show. I need to hit them up for the Kubey and KB discount codes, because they said they were gonna hook that up as well, so you get a discount. I appreciate you, brother. So that they could, I could get a discount on the Kubey and KB knives to offer. I think Kubey slash KB is having one of their best year ever, and them Kansept slash Tenable and Vosteed are really fighting for the number one of the big China knife companies this year. In my opinion, all three are smoking Civivi, Wee, and Kaiser. They're just smoking them. I got your reminder. Yay. We all appreciate it. You guys don't understand, I don't think, how much, at least myself and the other knife tube guys that I know, truly appreciate the support of this community. You guys really do have our backs all the time. And I mean, you help us so much, whether it's modding, whether it's talking to companies and letting them know that you saw their product from our reviews, whether it's using our codes or our links, or just popping in and chat with us and reminding us stuff like that. We truly do appreciate this community. Man, my TKL video from yesterday isn't doing all that well. I haven't, after I did watch it when I edited it, but I probably should go back and see how bad it is, because I was not feeling well yesterday. But these TKLs is pretty dope. I really want a Piranha 2.0 for a neck knife. Grand prize, Greg Vanderlip, what it do? Danine, what up, sis? Kelly, I see what you're saying now. I love this OG Piranha that I got to review. One of the guys in our YouTube pass around group put his own decals, a couple of his own decals in for us. And I love this OG Piranha and really want to get a Piranha 2.0 for a neck knife. Starting at $200 with everything that a TKL blade goes through in their 10-day heat and cryo treatment. Everything about this makes me want one badly. I also really horny for this morning. The TCal Adversary. Oh, the Battle Lock grips. Even without the ring or that, warrior pinky hook, these Battle Lock grips, this knife is never coming out of my hands. It's not uncomfortable. No hot spots. It looks like it would be rough without gloves, but I can grip and rip, and there is no way this knife is coming out of my hands in any grip. You got their beautiful, well, not beautiful, I don't think that's the term he would use, but I love a good stepped milling. And they do a stepped milling on all their blades. You could probably hear that. Yeah, the Battle Lock grips are just crazy. Yeah, the absolute beef jerky defender / Avenger. One honey. I'm going to let the doggies out real quick. I'll be right back as I'm knocking over knives and making a mess. Dropping sheaves with scrap when I stand up. I'll be right back. I should have muted it before I walked away. Hopefully y'all didn't hear me blasting my nose out in the restroom. War Room, original member of Kripple Krew Inc. and my brother. What it do? Good to see you, brother. War Room and Kelly been telling me for quite a while that I needs to give me some TCals. And I said they're right. When they're right, they're right. I want a Piranha 2.0. And I believe, oh crap, what was it? The night. Let me pull it up real quick. TCal. Shop. Knives. The Night Guard. The Night Guard 2.0. I'm going to show this website right quick. Now, I like the Night Guard because it's got the warning. So it's got the night grip with the ring. The Night Shade is cool, but I like the Night Guard a lot more. Come on, pop open. I like that warning so much. Such a good blade. There's the original Night Guard, which I also like the way this looks. But I like the bigger ramp on the 2.0. The Guardian, another wicked. I like The Agent 002 and 003, really, really wicked. The Adversary, I don't know if I would rather have an Adversary or a Night Guard. Such dope blades and patterns. The OG Piranha, that's what I've got on the table in my Carta. But the Piranha 2.0, what is it? Where did you go? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Okay, it just says Piranha on it, but yeah, with the jimping. With the jimping, that's what I want. I would want it without the night, without that Fury grip or the whatever the hell that ring is called. I like it, but I don't think I would want it. I like this smaller micarta grip, just a little 3-finger. I just dig it. Y'all were right. Hoping to have the striker last on your list for now. Have the Warthog on order. Yay, yay. Got a heck of an edge on that Finch Chernobyl. Yes. Hell yeah, brother. That Finch was such a beautiful knife. I love the glow in the dark. TKL Battle scripts are sweet. Yes, they are. This is, my first experience with it, but wow. Just wow. It is. You are not getting this out of my grip. This could get beef jerky juice all over it, and I would not lose this knife. Again, in any grip I needed to use it in, I'm not losing this knife. It feels as locked into me as if I had a ring or something else, something going around. It feels just that locked in. Ordered a ring grip. What you think you'll add on the extended grip? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy with the TKO blend. Have the Nighthawk, the Raider, and the Agent 004, plus the C-Dub folder. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, these start at $275, I think. Yeah, $275. And I wouldn't need to go anything but the Battle Lock scripts. I don't think I would want anything but that on this knife. After feeling Battle Lock, I mean, you can get them in whatever color they offer a bunch of colors. But I really would love to get an Adversary with Battle Lock grips and a Piranha with micarta. I think that's what I would like to do for show. Love the 002. Want the 007 the most now. B&A's pumping gas. Tundra passes everything but a gas station. Yay, yay. Man, the V8 in the Tundra, though, it is wicked powerful. If you missed it earlier, I had 3 models sent into the channel by Critical Strike. This is my favorite of the 3. This is the Zulu. All 3 are VG10. This one has contoured G10 with inset liners and a button actuated liner lock. So phenomenal detent. Nice full size knife, VG10, $34. Guardian Warney, Hawk Striker, and Mercenary of Fire. Yeah, yeah. Want a Taylor Ridge Blim? Hell yes. This one, this is before they started naming, I guess. The X504, either chamfered and milled micarta or G10, VG10, taco style aluminum, or taco style steel fold over integral, full size EDC, $29 right now in VG10 for G10 or micarta integrals. I will in a moment. And then my least favorite of the three is the X503. This one has a great blade shape, $29, VG10 and G10 that is milled with a G10 backspacer and an inset and reversible pocket clip with filler tab. Actually, now that this is breaking in, and now that I know where to hit that, you go high on the thumb and anywhere you want on the reverse. 3 knives with VG10 and either G10 or micarta, all under $35. I haven't carried them. They just they just arrived. But this is centered. Action is nice on all of these. I prefer the micarta X504 to the G10. All of them have a crap ton of sharpening life. Every one of them. My biggest complaint is the Critical Strike logo on the blade. But this is under $30. No, VG10 at that price? Blim says HCP has left, whatever the heck that means. Let me grab a piece of paper. I want to see how their edges are. And I'm going to see if the dog's trying to get back in. It's kind of chilly outside. Dog. Yeah, they were trying to get in. Well, at least Wiggles was. It's chilly outside today. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. 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 That's 2. Let's try this bad boy. Okay. I see you. All right. Last one, my favorite of the 3. Let's check the edge on the Zulu. Oh, yeah. Oops, there's me. Oh, yeah. Nice job. For $34, button liner lock, full size, big old choil. That's a damn good deal. Wiggles. Let me see if she wants a jacket real quick. She's chilly. You want your jacket on? Like this on the more girl? Sit. Good girl. Good girl. She's probably going to drop as soon as the camera hits her, but there she is in her jacket. Sit. No, come here. Sit. Don't drop. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. How it goes. Hi, Saint. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Oh, I know. You like the camera. Wiggles thinks she's in trouble when she's on camera. She's going to drop. Oh, there she goes. And she's probably going to try to roll on her back. She's a good girl. They wanted to say hi, pretty girl. Do you want your bed? Do you want your bed? I'll cover you if you want. Yeah, lay down. You don't need to go in it right now. Get off her blanket, bud. There you go. Here you go. This is how spoiled the little pit bull is during the winter. And she'll actually tuck into the red bed. It has a tuck. Oh, yes, we will show you, buddy. Yes, I know. You love the camera. Yes, huh? You're like, look at me. Look at me. Yes, here's your good boy. He got his nose on something yesterday while we were gone. I think he was under the desk and caught it on something. I don't know what he did. Yeah, she's a good boy, though. And she's a good boy, because you don't have to hide. You're okay. You're a pretty girl. Yes, they love to see the pretty face. They love to see the pretty face. You pain in the butt, pupper. Yes, you pain in the butt, puppers. All right. Back to where we were. The dog's absolutely family. Goes nuts. Yeah, if we pull hers out, she goes crazy because they know. Yeah, she knows it's time to go. They really are generous people. I agree. Yeah, I've been thinking about redoing my decal video from yesterday. A robe and shower cap. That's hilarious. Yeah, our last pitty, he made it till he was 16 before we had to put him down. But he was 95 to about 105, depending on the time of the year. And she happens to be, she's an American Pibble Terrier, but she's kind of a little bit of a runt. She's only 50 pounds, but she doesn't know it because Saint is 150 pounds and she runs him. Like, so she has no idea that she is not a 200-pound beast. She's my little sweetheart. He's my stoner buddy. Yes. You're a good girl. Yes, the camera's not on you anymore. You can relax. Pretty girl. Yes. Yeah, I can't do it without my doggers. I love my dogs. They definitely get me through when I'm having a tough time. Oh, shizzle. First boxer was 110 pounds. That's a good size for a boxer. Yeah, that's good size for a boxer. Damn. Boxers are really cute. I always had golden retrievers growing up around because my stepdad that my mom was married to for 9 years when I was young, he did a lot of bird hunting. We did a lot of whether it was like chucker, quail, dove, pheasant, pigeon, ground hunting, or doing duck from floating blinds. So we had golden retrievers for our bird dogs. and they were great doggies. I've always had a soft spot for Goldens, but pit bulls, I don't know what it is. I just love a pitty. They're my favorite doggies. Can't do without a pitty. Mrs. Deadly wanted a husky. She's always wanted one, and it wasn't definitely not my first choice, but one of her employees, well, 9 years ago, had a purebred female who they mated with a purebred male, and she was having puppies. So Mrs. Deadly really wanted one of the huskies. And I said, if we're getting a husky, I get to pick which of the pups of the litter. And when we went there, when the puppies were 2 days old, Saint was not only twice the size of the other dogs, but his paws and his ears were like 3 times the size of those dogs. And I'm like, yep, I want that one. The other dogs from the litter are between 55 and 75 pounds. His dad was 85 pounds. I think one of the brothers from his litter got up to 80, 85 pounds. But last time Saint was weighed, he was 150. He's just massive. And he is my absolute stoner buddy. Had black labs all your life until apartment life. Yeah, black labs are so good, easy to train. Yeah, I love pitties. They're just my dogs. I appreciate that. Yeah, he said they really are great dogs. They're both well trained. People like I have no issues when people people that we tell them it's okay when they house sit for us. They're always like, man, your dogs were better behaved for me than my dogs are. Had a Neapolitan Mastiff to rescue from puppy mill, 190 pounds. Yeah. I love bigger doggies. And but I think the next one is going to be either a bull terrier or a miniature bull terrier. I need a shark doggy in my life. I've always wanted a shark doggy. And I think the next, I'm not getting any dog anytime soon. But if I'm back down to a singular dog, I'm probably going to add a shark doggy. I love bull terriers. I just love the head on them. And I definitely believe that if you have 2 dogs and you lose one, in getting a second dog while you have your other, so that it will learn from that dog and help that dog recover. We had our old guy pit bull, and then we got Saint. And while I was training him, the pit bull was also training him. And then when the pit bull was gone, and Saint was sad and lonely, we got Wiggles, and Saint helped show her the ropes of the house. Pup and cat are both 14 pounds. Rotties are beautiful. They really are beautiful dogs. And yeah, that's good. That is good. You got to have something, right? And but yeah, if we get back down to 1 dog for any reason, or when we do, I'll add a shark doggy probably. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah, Wiggles worked out perfectly because we knew it was time to get another dog. I wanted a pit bull badly. We wanted to rescue one from the local shelter. And it was right after Hurricane Ian, I think it was, that hit Houston area. And a bunch of the Houston shelters got flooded, and the pits all got pushed to kill shelters. The other breeds where they were able to find no kill shelters, but all the pits after the Houston floods went to kill shelters. And so our local shelter was one of the ones that reached out and was taking them in. And we saw a female brindle pit online one night, and we're like, that's the one. And we went down to get her the next day, and she was already gone. Somebody had seen her. That night, we saw Wiggles go online. And I was like, we have to have her. So we were at their gate at the shelter about 15 minutes before they opened. And when they got there, they're like, you waiting for us? I'm like, nope, we're waiting for that white pit bull. And we went in there and met Wiggles, fell in love with her. And while we were doing paperwork, people were coming in trying to get her. I'm like, back off of my doggy. And she has been such an amazing dog for us. She's a spoiled little puppers. That's good doggies. She's still in her bed right next to me. You're like, yeah, and you're lucky I didn't do worse. Yeah. No, it's a good thing you did save him. If y'all missed it earlier, FerraMonsters Halloween sale starts tomorrow. Site-wide, 15% off. But you can use code DBD to stack that and get 25% off all FerraMonster models. And then on Friday the 24th, the Xandros and Kroma drop. The Xandros is rocking a 3.23-inch S90V blade, titanium scales, pocket clip, and backspacer, and that FerraMonster action with the perfect reach around. Oh yeah, it is reach around approved. My fingers now slick after handling those Chinese critical strikes. They were very, very greasy, but fantastic front flipper. S90V in titanium, and during the sale, this will be $179 after code Kripple or DBD. Code DBD drops this to $179. Full T8 construction. And then we have the Kroma. If you have an under 3-inch law in your locality, or you're just looking for a medium size carry, the Kroma is a beautiful, like, gents carry, office carry, date night carry, ladies knife with, come on, show the milling. Fantastic milled titanium scales, titanium backspacer and pocket clip, and L-Max steel. L-Max steel, and you can get this for $165 for 1 week only after code DBD. S90V or L-Max. $180, $165. FerraMonster quality and action. Get off the lock bar. There we go. I can do this, even though it's smaller, I can do it without locking out my thumb. Reverse flick is money. L-Max and milled tie for $165. Just under 3-inch blade, but enough handle here for me to get a full 4-inch, or full 4-finger grip. As usual, perfect lockup on the FerraMonsters. These were announced just today, and they dropped this Friday. Whoop, and I smacked my camera. Yeah, the action on these is just great. See if I can clean my hand off enough to use that front flipper with the reach around again. There we go. So smooth. What about the roll? Whoa, whoop, get my hand out of the way. Oh yeah, listen to that sound on the rollover. Whoop. Whoop. Pharaoh Monster action. S9DV. It's going to be just under 180. Stupid deals. Stupid deals. Yes. And it actually, yeah, I've smacked my camera a bunch of times. Yes, I'll show it right now. So you've got jimping. Let me get this out of the way. You've got the jimping leading right up to the thumb stud that's screwed into the top of the blade. And it gives me, like, it's almost like I have jimping and then a thumb ramp, the way it locks me in. Even on this smaller knife, it completes this. The thumb stud is what makes this lockup feel so solid. And it's back almost completely out of the way, the cutting path of the blade. And just tuned perfectly. Easy for me on the front flip. On the reverse flick. And then as long as my fingers are on the pocket clip, whoop, the thumb stud, my fingers were not on the pocket clip. If I'm on the lock bar, obviously I lock myself out. You know, I have that issue sometimes with frame locks. But as long as I'm on the pocket clip, I have no problem with this thumb stud. The way that they've done it works right. It's just, you've got enough access right here on both sides with it chamfered back to get right to those thumb studs. And we do have this one cut back a little extra to give us access to that lock bar. And then just look at that drop. It will drop on my thumb if I allow it to. And then same thing with the action on the Xandros. If I let this, it will drop on my thumb. I mean, their action is smooth. Paper goes through. Okay, I'm just grabbing a piece of paper. Stay pretty, girl. You're a good girl. And then FerraMonster edges. I've never received one that wasn't crazy sharp. And they're at their M390 holds an edge really well. So I know their LMAX and S9DV is going to. But, I mean, we're talking just slicey daily, boys. If I can find another spot to grab. They are super sharp. Think I'm grabbing a ZT308 this week, then save for the TRM. Barbarian Brawny, what's going on? Added one of those to your buck 110. Hell yeah. Do I feel the screw? No. No, the way the jimping is, it locks my thumb in right before that, and then the thumb stud just feels like a ramp pushing me, holding me like I have resistance against it, really locking in this position. No hot spot from the screw, from the clip. Like, even though this is a smaller knife, especially with the milling on the tie, I feel like I am completely locked in. We'll take a look at their website in just a moment. But everything that they do is going to be on sale. Yeah. No, it does no hot spot. It feels great. Stay Wiggles, you're okay. You're okay. She's like, why are you reaching over me? Gotta pull out my. Stay. You're fine, pretty girl. You're fine. I'm almost done. And I'm done. There you go. She didn't like me reaching into the toolbox over her. But I'm going to lay out my FMKs right quick. Let me move these fixies. I'm going to put the fixies away. TCal is the shiz. TRM lives in my back pocket now. I love that I can hear it lock into that leather sheath. But whether you have, whether you want mirror, DLC, and beautiful fat carbon. Just this morning, Lefty and a couple of other folks in the chat, in my YouTube pass around chat, were arguing that this beats the TRM Bulldog. Now, I will not go that far. But this is great. Yeah, the Orlock was awesome when I checked it out. So mirror DLC. You can get other finishes, of course. What about their first run of knives? We've got the Urban Grip, the Aurora Rays, and I love that sound. The Glideman. I can't wait till we have DBD Glidemans available. You know they're coming. We're only a few months away now. They're actually actively in the process. We got, how about the Ferox and the Vulcan? Then we got the two new ones in titanium. And yeah, they said it beat the TRM. I 100% disagree. But that's what they said. Got caulk on your knife. The Glideman CP is going to be well under $100 during the sale starting tomorrow. You guys know how much I love this knife. I love it so much that I'm working on a DBD version of this knife as we speak. And the CP version of the Spectrum will also be well under $100. And then let's look at their website. We're going to go Inception mode. Yep, table full of monsters. Let's start. Can we make that? No, that is, nope, that's as small as it goes. So Vulcans, 254. That's going to be 25% off. That's going to drop that under $200. These, 180 for S90V. S90V and tie. This is the, I almost went, I mean, that's the finish I got. They have 3 on the Vulcan, Xandros, and then 4 on the Kroma. And I almost went with the matching Kroma to match my Xandros and my Aurora Rays, but I decided to instead do the, just go the opposite with it. So it still matches with it, just like the reverse version of it. And this is going to be $164 after discount code starting Friday for our LMAX. Let's go back to page 1. Spectrum, you're going to get 25% off of that, dropping that well under $100 for any of the Spectrum CPs, whichever micarta you pick. Vulcans under $200. Urban Grips right about $200. Under $200, or right about $200. Aurora Rays are going to be right at that $200 mark. Glideman's going to be under $200. And Glideman CPs are going to be well under $100. Spectrums are going to be about that $215 mark. Same with the Ferox. Just killer deals. These Ferox, oh, they're sold out. But these Ferox with the fat carbon, or yeah, dark matter fat carbon and titanium frame locks. This is one I have. These are going to be right at $200. That's a killer deal this week. Starting tomorrow. Table full of monsters. Gugon. Yep. Gugon. Yay. I had to pregame, with, concentrates and sweet bud. Yeah, I went flour and a little bit of dab this morning. Some raspberry burger flour from Fat Panda. And GMO and I don't remember if I went with the cheetah piss or the crazy piss on the other wax. It definitely definitely rocked my lungs this morning because I have not been able to smoke much the last couple of days with as sick as I've been. But I made sure to pregame early enough that I could recover before the live stream. But yeah, if anybody ever has questions about FerraMonster before you order, I have every model that they make. It's the only brand that I have every model that they make. I've reviewed every Wixco, but I didn't keep them. I've given away a lot of FerraMonsters, but these are mine. Matter of fact, we have a Vulcan going to somebody. Yeah. And a Wixco. Yay. Yeah, the first two get you. Yeah, I was hacking a bit, but it's worth it. Yeah, we have one of these headed out to a winner from the 25 honey giveaway. Because don't get me wrong. The last couple of days, this weekend, it was edibles for me and a little bit of RSO. I couldn't smoke, so it was edibles and RSO. And that's what I do after every surgery. I've had 4 neck surgeries. When they mess with your neck, it messes with your throat, faux show, and you can't smoke at all. So I always go with edibles or drinks, actually. Then I go with the infused drinks and RSO. But there's nothing like smoking bud. Even with dab, which I love concentrates and have multiple ways to enjoy them. There is nothing in the world like enjoying fresh herb. Smoking fresh herb is the best. Exactly. It's the best. You can't replace it. Can't replace the feeling of smoking regular herb. It's just natural, ready, clean. The herb today is so beautiful and tasty, and it smells good. There's nothing that replaces smoking herb. Plus, it's much more social. You know, when you're hanging out with folks, you can pass a joint, you can pass a ball. Edibles aren't as interactive. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean, only use dab. Yeah, see, I like dabs. I do. But nothing replaces flower for me. Kurt White. Kurt White, what's up? Once a year now. Oh yeah, it's all we all about that herb. I love me some herb. I I like a couple of good hits of dab. It goes, especially for me, indica goes straight to certain areas and helps relieve some of the pain and some of the nerve issues. But herb flower is just the best. I just smoking and listening. Yeah, yay. Man. You know, I'm from the days that you hear Sublime or Afro Man talking about. Like back in the day, getting herb without a bunch of seeds in it was so uncommon that Amelia, herb without seeds was like that was like way more expensive and a quest to find. It was a lot more like Afro Man. Pick out the seeds and stems. If you had a plug that would trade you seed and herb weight back for bud weight, oh man, you had the hookup. Otherwise, there was crap, and there was always the brown brick bud around that you could fall back on. But man, I voted for it, and Washington and Colorado legalized herb on the same day. And the first day we opened weed stores, I had to check it out. Our town now has 3 in our small town of 40,000. 3, they all give a 25% veterans discount. And it never in my life as a youngster did I imagine the stores that I could walk into today. I've been into so many stores now. I've been in stores in over 15 states. It's one of the things I like to do when I travel. But I never would have believed it when I was a youngster. Saw Sublime in 94? Hell yes. I saw Long Beach Dub All-Stars in 99. So when they replaced Brad after he died and added some more brass, it became the Long Beach Dub All-Stars. I saw them. They were great, and they did play old Sublime songs still, but it wasn't the same. Of course. Had honey one time. There is some good honey that I've got around here. When my dad was going through stage 4 cancer, I would get him the honey, or I would also get him. We had sugar packets here that you could just, he could dissolve in his coffee, and I would get him those to dissolve in his coffee every morning. And yeah, when he got his cancer diagnosis, I was like, Dad, we need to talk. We need to talk about herb. I know you ain't smoked in years. He's like, nah. And I said, and you're not going to be able to smoke it much nowadays, but let me help you out. And so I got him on, found some edibles that he liked, and then liked the packets to put in his coffee and the honey and stuff. And that absolutely helped him until the end. Mexican apple compressed. Space Ghost. What it do, Wes? How are you? Sounds good, Kurt. Oh, well, last time I went through Missouri would have been, we did it in, just briefly went through Missouri, part of Missouri in, hell, April? April, I think. Dude, the price is so varied, Mick. You can get it anywhere from a few bucks to 30, 40 bucks for a gram, depending on, you know, what shelf you looking at and how good the stuff really is. But I'm able to get very, very high quality stuff for about 100 an ounce at our store. Sometimes a little less. You know, there is stuff that's more expensive, but the Fat Panda is one of the best in Washington, and you can typically get those around $100 an ounce here. William Hornbostel, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Yeah. Man, I got a little disappointed the other day when I was in the store. I was looking in one of the cases at the concentrates, and I saw a bunch of tags that said hash. And I'm like, yo! I was talking to the bartender. I was like, wait, before you grab it, is it real hash or is it just compressed keef? He's like, it's compressed keef. I was like, oh, never mind then. I remember the old school black tar hash, taking like a plastic bottle and cutting a little hole in it, putting the stuff on the end of a needle and lighting it, putting it in the plastic bottle, letting it fill up with smoke, and then taking the lid off and hitting the plastic bottle. I remember when we used to have to be creative to make things to smoke all the time, and now there's pipe shops everywhere. Yeah, heating up spoons or butter knives on the stove. Done that before. Okay, I'm going to take a look at it now, but I ain't going to share it. Oh, and I got a picture from B&A. We'll see what it... Ooh! Ooh! Man, I can see the frost. Ooh! I'm not going to share those pictures, but... Ooh! Ah, at 11:11 a.m., B&A sent his S90V Spyderco Para 3 with the raw aluminum scales. Looks so good. From his Tundra. Yeah, pin under glass. Met the old car lighters. Yeah, I can tell, man. I can see the frost in those pictures, homie. The old pushing car lighters, pulling it out and just dropping the bud directly on it, cupping around. So many different things we had to try. Now I have a toolbox full of pieces that, you know, I cleaned and cleaned for a while and then eventually got bored with, and now they're just sitting in the toolbox because pieces are so expensive anymore. I've got a whole bunch of ways to smoke. I know this is a night stream, but this is the Kripple Krew stream. So we talk about whatever we talk about. Nah, I mean, got a lot of monsters there. Now you don't like it anymore. Well, and also with what you do, you can't partake. Yeah, we do what we want. Is the Kripple Krew. Yeah, you know, when we found out that Mrs. Deadly was pregnant with our first son, or with our first kid, our son, stopped everything. I would drink a little bit, but then I even stopped drinking for like 8 years. I just didn't like, once I stopped everything, I didn't like the feeling of being buzzed. And I love whiskey or scotch or bourbon or a beer, but I hate the feeling of being buzzed. I hate it. So I won't get drunk, period. I hate it. But I broke my neck in 2000. And in 2010, while I had gone back to school to get my degree, I had a doctor recommend. She was from Thailand, and she was like, "Look, nothing I prescribe you is going to help you as much as medicinal herb will." She says, "We've used it in my country for over 1,000 years." And oh, that sucks. Yeah. And so, yeah, C567. I broke it between 5 and 6, and between 6 and 7, crushed 6. So I have 3. And what's up, Chris? By the way, I don't know if I said hi. So I've got a 3-layer cage on the front with 6 screws, and then in the back, I have 2 rods running down the 3 layers with 6 screws. And I don't have the front of a C6 anymore. The only part of my C6 that's left is the spinous process in the back that the rods are going through. It's actually been replaced by 2 spacers. I grew 1/2 inch after my last neck surgery because they had to take out my C6. The first, got to be careful how I word this. A state provided surgeon destroyed my neck after a job injury, and he didn't do what he was supposed to do. And dude, I am the danger. The knives aren't the danger. I am the danger, especially to people who try to tell me what to do. Can't hardly read the chat. Chris, so Chris is not ignoring everybody. He loves everybody. He's just having a day. So if he's not tagging you back, that's why. But yeah, with the surgeries, without THC and CBD, man, the actual medications just don't do enough. What it do, Neil, to the Mac? What are we having for lunch? We've got a whole table of FerraMonsters at the moment because we was talking about how starting tomorrow you can get 25% off everything with code DBD. I'm going to let the puppers out real quick. I shall be right back. Got your top liner fin rear in Damascus. It's a beauty. Sure is. I like the top liner fin rear. The only knife I regret not buying at Blade Show is the Ultim fin rear top liner lock. I was going to go back and grab it. When I did, it was gone. I'm still going to order one because as much as I love this, I call this my budget bougie bish. And plan to keep this budget bougie bish. The Ultim did have better grip, but I still really... The fin rear top liner lock is the best. Got to let your dog in. Yay, yay. Now do medical marijuana pills per year now. Yeah. Pain pills. Gotcha. Gotcha. Hell yes. That's awesome. Before I broke my neck again. So I broke my neck for the first time in 2000, and I put off fusel surgery as long as I could. Got my first fusel in 2017. A few months later, I used herb to get off of everything except for an anti-inflammatory and a nerve relief pill to take care of, help with some of the nerve damage I was dealing with. But got off the pain pills and muscle relaxers using herb until I broke my neck again in 2019. Now, the first surgeon destroyed it. We've had to go in and do 2 more emergency surgeries. And yeah, I cannot say any longer that that I don't use or that I don't take prescriptions anymore. That's awesome, BNA. War Room, are you still here? Because I thought about a question you asked on the last live. War Room asked me if the fin rear is now becoming the Milita of Kansept / Tenable. As in, did they take a design that was good and then just flood too many of them and just, you know, overdo it like they did with the Milita? And I thought about it. And I compared this a lot more to the Spyderco Sage series. They have taken a pattern that they know people love. Now you can get it in a frame lock version, a plunge lock, a crossbar. I think there's a liner lock version somewhere, maybe, and a top liner lock. To me, this is much more, and then you can get premium with Kansept or budget steels with Tenable. It's such a good knife, Wyoming. Yeah. If I get 4.5, dude, I am happy. But that's what they did. They took their flagship model, and to me, the Milita is not the flagship model of Kaiser. The Drop Bear would be to me. But the Milita is a knife that they overdid. I don't think they've done that with the Tenable, or with the fin rear, I should say, Kansept or Tenable, because each iteration has offered a different lock system. So again, much more like the Sage series to me than the Militas, if y'all get what I mean. Doesn't matter which lock you like or what handle material you like, or if you want premium or budget, you're going to be able to find it in a fin rear. That's my thoughts on the matter. I thought about it a lot because he was like, you know, have they done just like, oh, we got a pick from Kane too. Have they done just like freaking Milita Kaiser did? But no, I don't think so. First, let's share from our homie Kane Miranda. We got the Microtech Ultra Tech and a electric anode, or a lightning, not lightning. I'm trying to remember the actual name of it. It's lightning anode. You could take a tall boy. Entropic tall boy. That's what I was looking for. Ooh. Woo-wee. That's a critical strike. That's the brand I'm at. That's a critical strike. Is that a critical strike as well? I haven't seen, no. Yeah, VG10. Yeah, these critical strikes are good. Yeah. Look at that. Budget bougie bish. That's what I like to call her. That's dope. Yay, yay. Don't tell me what to do. Hell yeah. Fin rear. Whoop whoop. Okay, so yes, they do have the liner lock as well. Yeah, I thought Kansept had a liner fin rear. Yeah, this is my favorite version of the fin rear by far. The top liner lock. You get that rock solid compression lockup. They put the choil back. The thumb ramp is perfect on that poonage. This is the action is perfect, tuned to perfection. And the only thing is that with the aluminum scales, it's a lot harder to hit the reach around than if this had the textured scales. But other than that, the action on this is phenomenal. This is definitely, to me, the top liner lock system is the best system for the fin rear. Just dig it. I got a purple mattress after I broke my neck again in 2019. So we have a full purple bed, and that's the only reason I get a few hours of sleep a night. I have a purple bed and a purple pillow. My pillow is made from the same stuff as my bed. My pillow is like 15 pounds. It's heavy. And it goes in a suitcase when we travel because I got to have my purple pillow if I'm sleeping on a shitty bed. But that's the only reason I get any relief is that purple mattress. Whatever. You have a purple topper. Yeah, purple it's great material. We have the full bed. I wish we could have afforded the adjustable base and bed at the time. We have the full purple setup, but it's just a flat bed. It very comfortable. But I tell you, I'm going to tell everybody right now, a purple mattress is one of the tougher mattresses to get traction on for freaky time. It's not quite like waterbed, but it's much harder to get traction during freaky time on a purple mattress than a regular mattress. I use purple pillow, the purple brand pillow. I have purple brand seat cushions in the Jeep, and I keep one in my smoking spot too. I have 2 purple seat cushions. The purple pillow is my go-to pillow every night, and then I sleep on the purple bed. Yeah, the next bed I'm gonna have to have an adjustable base. I need to go up a little bit, and then I need rubber sheets. To get some more of that traction and make it squeakier. Get some squeak to the freak. I have my my pillow. I have a knee pillow every night in between my knees. It just stays there every night. I call it Nutty because the whole family calls him Nutty whichever nut pillow I have at the time, because they do wear out. He's called Nutty because, you know, he's near my nuts. So I have Nutty the knee pillow. And I also have another pillow that I have to use to put under my right arm because my right shoulder is torn from the same injury that broke my neck, but they can't repair my shoulder because there's too much scar tissue in the back of my neck and in that area that if they go into the shoulder, they're just going to aggravate stuff. So I have to have a pillow under my arm. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't call yours Nutty. You could be Muffy. Muffy the knee pillow. Oh, I cracked myself up with that one. Yeah, fun times, Mick. Fun times. Nutty and Muffy. Oh. What do you think of those Critical Strike knives, William? I got sent 3 models, 4 knives from them. My favorite is the Zulu. It's the largest of the 3. They're all VG10. This has insane ergos, contoured G10, inset liners, and is a button actuated liner lock with phenomenal action and acoustics. VG10, contoured G10, and this thing is only $34. Take it easy, Neil. Have a great rest of your day. $34 on the Critical Strike website. I am not an affiliate. There's no affiliate link, no affiliate code. I'm not trying to make any money. I just think this is a great knife for the money. And they all 3 models and all 4 knives came wicked sharp with that VG10. And it at 34, 28, and $29. Very hard to beat for VG10. The most expensive one is under 35 bucks. VG10. This one's your standard crossbar with a drop foot sheep point style blade. This one has the taco style integral and either milled and chamfered G10 or micarta, but you got that taco integral frame. And again, really good action. VG10 under 30 bucks. And all of the edges came very sharp. I'm impressed with these prices. Really, really, I don't know where you can beat VG10 button liner lock, contour G10 scales, and inset liners for less than 35 bucks. This might be my new like budget banger recommendation for somebody looking to get something inexpensive but good. You know, these are this is one of the, like, this is newer than the other 2 models. But these are all priced crazy low so that they can get some new models going. I'm going to show their website real quick. And so we will, whoops, helps if I click the right buttons. We will go Inception mode. All right. So you can get like the purple and black. You can get the Kelly, the Miss Kelly mishmash version. Purple and black. Contour G10, button liner lock, VG10, less than 35 bucks. I really like this gray and black, the stealth version. That's really cool. Then you got black G10, black on black. These Predators are titanium, and I believe M390. Yeah, M390. You know, whatever. Whatever. But check this out. You can get a VG10 Damascus. Integral. Taco style integral. For less than 40 bucks. Oh, that one's sold out. I can see why. I do like that Damascus VG10. But the rest of the VG10 is all under 30 bucks. Whether you get micarta or G10. They've got a bunch of colors. They got the Kelly Special for $28.90. The X503, this is, whoops. This is the other model I have right now. $29. And then this is the other one that William got, but they're sold out. So they also do they've been doing a lot of OEM work for other companies. That is one thing, it almost felt like a slight hollow at first. They're not. They are flat, but they get nice and thin behind the edge. And all four of them, I'm not keeping all of these Critical Strikes. As you guys know, most of them will end up giving away. I'm probably keeping the Zulu. But once I review them, you know me, most of them are going to get given away. But all four that they sent me came very sharp. All four have insane sharpening life on the VG10 blades. The plunge grinds are done well. And then you've got either a very generous finger choil or a great sharpening choil. There is no secondary stop pins in the way of anything. Action is tuned properly for 30, for 30 bucks. I don't know how you beat it. And I'm not still sharing them, I know. Okay. Oh, do you mean these? I can use the blade or use the blade hole. If I want to use my thumb, I have to go to the top of the blade hole. Whoop, and then my thumb got in the way. Yeah, top of the blade hole. But for me, this one is reverse flick all the way. This is my least favorite of the three models, and it's still done pretty well. It's just, I think this could have used with like an adjustable thumb stud in here. But I can grab it and rock almost. I did it earlier. Rock a reach around on it. Or never mind. That's not going to do a rollover for me. This one's still my favorite. The Zulu. Pretty dang good knife for 35 bucks. It seems to be. Again, just got here. They got here yesterday. Or I opened the box yesterday. Lock up in there with that button liner is great. I wonder if we could do that on the DBD Glideman. Let's look at the Glideman. No, that's why they do the massive choil. Okay. If we did it, we'd have to do it right up here. And that's not going to work. Yeah, no. Okay. I am not a rear flipper fan at all. That's why the DBD version of the Glideman will be flipper deleted. Flipper delete the world, cover it in Ultim. Yeah, the Spidey flip works on the whole the best on the critical strikes. I can Spidey flick with no problem. Yeah, I much prefer a front flipper to a rear flipper. I used to hate front flippers, but I would much rather fidget with a front flipper than a rear flipper now. I mean, as you can tell from the wide callus, I much prefer a front flipper. I'm going to compare the ergos. Oop. Yeah. You know, for me, with my hands, I'm not saying it's a better knife, obviously. The critical strike is slightly comfier in the choked up position just because of the extra size in my hands. Slightly comfier. On the 501. Gotcha. Yeah, the 501 is the one that I haven't checked out. The Zulu is my favorite from them. This would be a fantastic worker because you really, even with wider fingers than mine, you're going to have plenty of room in this choil to have some real control on what you're doing. It's chamfered in here to make it comfortable in a pinch grip, even though it's a bigger knife. Easy in a pinch grip, and you've got that dip in the front, and then the choil allows my middle finger to go right there for a utility grip and use that pokey dip. Or, you know, if you're scraping or skinning, easy control. Back here, I am absolutely locked in. And if I had to use that tip to puncture, this flipper tab is going to stop me from going anywhere. And I still have plenty of grip back behind the flipper tab. Clinton Muffin Crosby. It is a cool looking knife. It doesn't look as easy to fidget with. At $35, it's hard to beat, Sheila. If there's any place to put notes in your order, tell them DBD sent you. But again, I'm not making anything from these. I just, you know, I've been talking to the guy from Critical Strike, talking about what they do, and this one in particular is the one that impresses me. The other ones are for the money, very hard to beat. They're good crossbars. But I want to say again that this is contoured G10 that feels very good. Very nice finish on this contoured G10. Inset liners that you cannot see from the outside. Like, they're done beautifully well, except for your framework up here. That's all you see. We have a button actuated liner lock with multiple methods of deployment that all work well to kick out a VG10 blade for $34. Stupid price. I just realized, you know, this is unobtrusive enough that I really didn't even notice the secondary safety. Secondary safety absolutely works. But yeah, it only works in the open position, so it's not going to lock you out from opening it. I honestly ignored it as like a screw to hold the scales on. I didn't even notice that there was no screw hole on the end. Again, I haven't reviewed them. Just checking them out. But it's a secondary lock that's unobtrusive enough. It didn't bug me. I don't hate it. Normally, I hate secondary locks. But I can see why they put it choked up. I can get to the button with I can't. I'm not pressing it at all. But I can feel the button a little bit with my middle finger. So I understand why they put the secondary lock in here, just to make sure that if you really squeezed, you can't disengage. This is definitely their best model so far, and shows that they can do some really nice things. I like the double rows of jimping. I like the extra large thumb studs. Let's do a hardware check. T8, T8, and then T6s. Okay. At 35 bucks, so 34, whatever, 35 bucks. I guess I can't complain about that. I don't know what I got on the pocket clip, but yeah. All right, folks. I have had a blast, but I got to give my throat a break now, and I got to get up and move around. But I always appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me. Couple things I want to remind you. Don't forget, tomorrow starts FerraMonster site-wide Halloween sale. And with code DBD, you'll be saving 25% on any model. And this Friday, the Xandros in S90V and titanium drops for $179. S90V, titanium, all the FerraMonster build quality, $179. And the Kroma with the milled tie and LMAX will be $164 after code DBD. Stupid prices for their quality and LMAX. That milling, $164. Are you kidding me? Code DBD all the way. I love you guys. Always. Thank you to the Kripple Krew for all of your support. Hope everybody has a great rest of their day. I agree, William. I agree. Until next time, folks. Stay safe. Stay frosty. And most importantly, stay deadly.